boy, I don't think I can take much more awesome within a 24-hour period, because we found out yesterday what the toys from Shuriken Sentai Ninja look like, and my mind has been blown. Well, pretty darn close to blown. Pretty darn close. By the way, in that rant, I'd like to apologize to Clan Okami SDGO, or SDGO Clan Okami members. I said that the only reason that I wasn't reviewing, the only reason I was playing SDGO was because I was killing time. That's not entirely true. When I first started playing SDGO, it was pretty darn fun. Still is to a degree. It's just that it's become a bit too predictable, I suppose, and I've learned the patterns, I've learned what I can do, I've learned what I can't do. I've gotten too much knowledge of the details. You know, this weapon only fires this far, and it's frustrating that somebody else can use a weapon that I can't use effectively, or that I don't know how to use effectively. Dumbfire, melee. What else? Those are kind of the two big ones, melee and dumbfire. And they can just wreck with those things. And I'm like, how did you do that? Practice, dude, practice. No, you were playing tons of other video games before I even came along. And I'm not talking age-wise, I'm talking you grew up with a console controller in your hand. And then there's little old 32-year-old me who came along 3 years ago and just got a Gundam game, and it's got SD in it. Ooh, fun. And I got wrecked. And so, yeah, I mean, no offense to SDGO Okami, but, yeah, I didn't mean to put it that way when I said that yesterday, because I was like, Super Sentai, holy fuck! That was not my intent, so sorry about that. But the Ninja Mecha, it was about bloody time. We got something really good out of there, and I've been getting a lot of good comments, and there are some things that other people have noticed or have had pointed out to them that they have pointed out to me, and I do appreciate those things. So yeah, that was awesome yesterday, and I wore myself out, and I'm still kind of feeling the after effects of that. I was up till, well, actually it's unusual. I was up till 11 p.m. last night, which why would that be unusual, Ava? Because my usual bedtime is anywhere between 2 and 4 a.m., which means I wake up anywhere from 10 to 12 a.m. And so I went to bed last night at 11, and I woke up at 5. So technically, I didn't sleep a full 8. I was just contemplating taking a nap. What time is it now? 11:14. I was just now contemplating a nap because I didn't want to eat because I was bored because, well, SDGO. What else am I going to do until the Ninja comes out? When this thing showed up. By the way, I've already, within the last 12 hours, I've gotten in contact with 2 people from CollectionDX.com, 2 of the staff members, and I let them know, holy shit, I might be back in the game. They've already asked me, Ava, are you going to review? And I said, I'm waiting, and I said the same thing in the recording last night. I said, I'm waiting for high resolution pictures, and I'm waiting for more pictures, which we will certainly get. They're waiting to jump on the pre-orders. I know how this thing works. So they're waiting to jump on those pre-orders, and if we get those larger pictures, and if I can get my shit together again and actually get my reviewing engine turned back on, because it's not just a matter of me not have anything to review. For example, I don't know why I'm bringing this up now. 6 months ago, I got this, and I also got this. Now, these came out 2 years ago, I think. I was supposed to review these. I didn't, and I might have fucked up something, and I really don't feel good about it. Let me tell you how this reviewing thing works. Or at least nowadays how it works. Here's the camera. Set the camera, ready to go. Now, ordinarily, the shooting shelf used to be over there. It doesn't exist anymore. Oh yeah, by the way, the shooting shelf doesn't exist anymore. Long story. I've got the camera. I'm sitting here ready to go. Record. And it's literally that for 20 minutes, roughly. These are just the latest examples. I actually tried to review Titan class Metroplex from last year, December last year. I tried to review that thing. I got it from Costco for, what was it, $10 less than everybody else. Costco FTW. Yeah. And it literally sat there. I actually did an unboxing of Metroplex. I just never posted it because I never finished it. And I just sat there with the camera on. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to say it. It was like, I was just, it's not that I was bored, but I was bored. I didn't feel that I want to share my collection. I want to share my stuff with you guys without actually, sharing with you. I want to share my knowledge about it. I want to tell you all the little, intricate little details, and then at the end of the video, as I famously do, I do the rant. Everybody looks forward to the rant. I couldn't think of anything to say. Now, now in the case of these two, and this is kind of an apology to Josh Bernard as well, my explaining this out. Part of it might have been the fact that it was Gokaiger, which I wasn't 100% thrilled with, even at the time. The toy line just kind of, and I kind of, okay, I'm done. The show has been over for 2 years. Nothing's going to happen. And then lo and behold, these two fall in my lap, and I jumped on it first chance I got. But then I finally got them, and I just kind of, don't care. It was like Gokaiger was dragging me, had it's not that it left a bad taste in my mouth, I just didn't, I didn't, the Gokaiger toy line wasn't exactly the best thing we could have come up with the 35th anniversary, and I've said this before, and you guys have heard me say it before. It's not the best thing that came out, ever. I said that at the time, and I've been saying it for a couple of years, too. My rant, or my commentary on the Ninja stuff last night, I said exactly the same thing. That has not changed. So, it's not a matter of I don't have cool things to review. By the way, these are my latest Super Sentai acquisitions. I truly haven't picked up anything since Gokaiger. Well, no, that's not true. I got the Hercules Buster Hercules, that combo thing I did about 6 months ago. And then the year before that, I got 2 toys from Go-Go 5. Not from Lightspeed Rescue, they're from Go-Go 5. Which, wow, how did I end up so lucky there? Yeah, I could have gone for the Lightspeed Rescue things too, but I intentionally got the, what's that blaster thing called? I can't remember anymore. The 5 laser. I intentionally went with a 5 laser as opposed to a rescue blaster. So anyways, my reviewing engine just, it kind of, it's like turning over an engine. I guess that's a dog getting angry. Reportedly my cat, many years ago, he barked like a dog once when I was in school, conveniently. When I was still in school. So, I mean, it's not that I don't have cool things to review. The Mega Heracles, that was my most recent unboxing. Wasn't planning on getting that. That was a cool toy. Am I going to review it? It's not am I going to review it, is do I have the ability to review it at this point? Do I have the I don't know what the problem is. I don't. There's the lens. Look down. I don't know what the problem is. This is my back scratcher, by the way. Just in case. So yeah. This, I was looking forward to this one for better part of 5 months. Is that right? No. We found out about this, we meaning the internet, found out about this in August, September 2014, thereabouts. I was sold. No questions asked. Sold. This is the kind of things that sci-fi geeks drool over. They drool over things like this happening, okay? They just... Because when you have two things that are really awesome and they come together, you make a baby. Something like that. You get something really awesome, okay? This is awesome, okay? This is awesome like Kingdom Hearts is awesome to video game players. I don't consider myself a pro gamer by any stretch. But you know, like, Kingdom Hearts was awesome because it was a crossover. Crossovers are always awesome. Well, the idea of the crossover is really awesome. Let's be honest, sometimes a crossover doesn't work. What's a good example? Alien vs. Predator movies, I suppose. I haven't seen either one. I don't know anything about either one. So yeah, this was announced, and I got really, really excited. Like really intensely excited. No, it's okay. Yeah, let's see. You would think I'd be used to having these cameras in the correct positions by now. How's that? It's a little better. Let's move on. Big Bad Toy Store had it on pre-order for like 3 months. Ironically, I couldn't get the pre-order. I couldn't get the pre-order because I don't have a credit card. I've got PayPal, but for whatever reason, they don't accept PayPal for pre-orders. It's their policy. I'm not going to argue with it. I'm not going to debate it, and I'd ask you not to debate it either. They don't take PayPal for pre-orders, so I had to wait until this went on sale, until it was in stock for the first time. Then I jumped. That was 5 days ago, by the way, when I jumped, and it was glorious. This is actually, I was expecting this tomorrow. Came in today. Well, shipping was 3 to 5 days. I was expecting 5 days. Got it in 4. Basically, the pre-order said that it would come into stock in November 2014. November 1st came along, didn't come in. November 15th came along, didn't get an order, or didn't come in. November 30th came along, still not in stock. So I wrote them on November 26th. I said, hey, when's this coming out? It said November. Is it going to be end of November, beginning of November? When is it coming out? 2 days later, when they responded, it was in stock. As soon as I saw the email, bang, PayPal, done. And the reason I jumped so quickly is not just because this is amazing, but because I'd heard that other stores across the internet were already sold out. I'm not saying BBTS was late in getting it in. I'm just saying I had heard that other stores had already had their stock exhausted. So I jumped as quickly as I could. This what does it? Yeah. This now surpasses Fortress Maximus as the most expensive item in my collection. This right here. This is now the most expensive, including shipping and handling. What's that thing called? Where's the box? It's not Generations. What is it called? Encore. Encore Fortress Maximus. That's my most. That one was my most expensive toy up until a couple weeks ago when I got it. It would have been a month ago. Yeah, at this point, a month ago. So this is now the. Yeah, this is the most expensive by $20, I think. I've never spent this much before. I've also never ever picked up a Masterpiece Transformers toy before. Whoever came up with whoever came up with this, I want to have your children. Let me put it that way. And I make a darn good sandwich. Or at least so I've been told. Whoever came up with this is a fucking genius. Whoever let this through. Ah! I might have to change my pants after the video's done. Because this toy is already awesome. I've actually wanted a Masterpiece, a couple of them. In fact, Masterpiece Bumblebee was just released, I think. He only stands this tall. For Masterpiece toy, he's only that big. So he's basically the Masterpiece in scale is the same size as your average deluxe. Okay, whatever. What's the big deal? This toy, this version of Optimus Prime, Convoy, if you must, is amazing, from what I've heard. But now you're not only you're pressing nostalgia for Transformers, but now you're pressing the button of Evangelion. Crossovers, few and far between is there, because Hasbro, Takara, Gainax, and Studio Kara, they have no association with each other. They're as far as I'm aware, they've never sold the rights to each other, ever. So whoever came up with this thing, not just whoever came up with it, but whoever approved it, whoever proposed it, whoever signed on the dotted line, thank you. Thank you. If this is the only one that comes out, and I'm not just talking the version of Convoy, but if this is the only Masterpiece, by the way, Masterpiece, where is it? Fucking, if this is the only Transformers Masterpiece that gets this repaint on it, by the way, Unit 1 wasn't even, spoiler alert, you don't even see Unit 1 in 3.0. It should have said 2.0 or 1.0. Yeah, I know, it's a tie-in for 3.0, but Unit 1, you didn't even see it. You kind of saw this. And that's literally all you see of Unit 1 and 3.0. That's it. It's just kind of, I see you, and that's it. That fucking movie. That fucking movie. I understand now how people felt back in the late 90s when Death and Rebirth came out. I now understand that. Because, oh my God. Oh my God. Because I basically want to disown 3.0. 3.0 is essentially the Star Wars prequel trilogy of Evangelion. That's how I feel about 3.0. You want to know how I feel about it? That's how I feel about it in a nutshell. It's the Star Wars prequel trilogy of a great anime series. And that made me smile. Oh my God. There's a backstory for this thing. I haven't bothered looking at it. Not that it really matters. Because pseudo-religion and emotional drama and giant robots that change into cars usually don't go together well. Don't care. Really, really don't care. That picture looks amazing, by the way. I should do a scan of that, have my dad Photoshop it in, use this for my background. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey Ava, would you get a toy that was made of Unit 4? Damn fucking straight I would. What if it was Megatron? I'd have to think about that. I'd have to think about that. What if it was Starscream? That would be kind of awesome. But then, you know, winged angels. I'll be honest, the box is a little smaller than I thought it would be. Did I want a Masterpiece Convoy before now? Well, what Transformers fan didn't? But, oh my God. It's just the right shade of Unit 1, too. This toy is already amazing. It's the repaint that made me drool. That was the thing that set me on fire and made me want to get one. Ooh. I gotta sit here and admire this for a moment. My computer just turned itself on. What the? I put that thing to sleep. What the crap? As of this recording, I have no idea if there are plans for any other repaints from, you know, Transformers into Evangelion or vice versa, as it were. I don't know. So don't ask me, because I don't know. Megatron is Satchel, third angel, fourth angel. Soundwave as the 14th or 10th angel, depending as the 10th angel. It's kind of hard to top that. Ironhide is Unit 2. If they actually make it. Wait, did they? Masterpiece Ironhide? I don't think so. Because then you could have a repaint, have Ratchet as Unit 0. Oh! Have Jetfire as Unit 4, because he's rarely seen, and yet he's so fabled. Just like me. Whoever came up with this, whoever approved this, is a fucking genius. Even down to, well, this very Attack on Titan looking figure. Really? Huh? That's not what the promotional picture showed me. He's wearing a Nerve uniform. What's this? Huh? What? What? I don't get that. Because it was painted up in the Nerve uniform. This is not a Nerve uniform. What? Okay. If this is the only flaw, then thankfully it's for something I don't give a shit about. I don't care if it comes with a little figure or not. Like, I don't care. The gun. By the way, people in SDGO are always asking why it is I paint things in this color. It's because the Nerve pellet rifle and their extra weapons and such, they're kind of in that khaki military green color. So I always use that on the accessories and backpacks and additional weapons in SDGO. So here it is. The fact it collapses down. Holy crap. Is it just me, or is this some kind of a... You know, that's probably too fuzzy for you to see, but there's a line running down here. Is that a manufacturing flaw? Or is it supposed to be molded like that? Oh, maybe it is. Looks like it's intentional. Never mind. Still. By the way, why wasn't this AT Field orange color? You know? Okay. And roller. Don't give a shit. It's actually the second roller I've gotten. Oh, look, I can store the guy in there. Just do that right now. I always thought the trailer goes well with a truck. Trailer truck. Okay, whatever. But I never got this guy. Alright, I didn't understand this guy. Got his little Nerve logo on the nose there. That's great. I love that. Like, I would have been satisfied with just a Convoy or Optimus Prime, if you must. Just an Optimus Prime and a trailer. Not big on the whole roller part, though. Look at that. It's not going to bother me. Just Don't care. Fine, I'll do it. Now I've got the first opening theme from Attack on Titan going through my head now. I don't even know the lyrics, I don't even know it that well, but I've got it going through my head, and that's that. And now you do too. You're welcome. Well, he fits, but it looks like he's going to slip under the thing. That's where he's going to live now. No, I'll probably put him into the little control. Stay. I'm not going gaga over the thing that's it doesn't drive me crazy. It's just a big old trailer. Like G1 Optimus Prime, okay, whatever, classic. I've actually got a G2 Optimus Prime, whatever. It's the repaint that I'm going gaga over. I mean, nerve, first of all, and I mean just this comes out of the Evangelion universe, spot on. There's warnings all over it. There's Project Evangelion. Even says Tokyo 3. That's great. The color scheme is spot on. So how do those open? Oh, they don't. Okay. All right. I mean, if it didn't have the big old Autobot logo on it and a little Haro right there, you'd be hard pressed to determine that this didn't come from the Evangelion universe. You really would. What is this? Oh, cool! Cool! Okay. I've never played with Masterpiece Optimus Prime or Convoy before, so I'm discovering this for the first time myself. When you open these things up, little foot pads here actually extend downwards and raise all by themselves. That is awesome. That's great. I love that. And then there's little foot pad thingies here. How am I going to get those out? I hope they come out easily. They won't, of course. Nope. Okay. So, I'm going to set that like that, set that like that, and put it here. All of these things, with the exception of maybe this, which you'd be hard-pressed to think that any of this didn't come from Evangelion. And now we come to the huge bit. That is the perfect... It is not easy to get the shade of Unit 1 correctly, but they did it here. They absolutely got it. I don't want to touch this thing, even though I already have. Oh, it was a little antenna move. Okay. I was like, boy, that was molded in a bad position. That's because it moved. Wow. Just wow. Like, I'm not even going to transform it. I'm just going to leave it. And I'm good. End video. That is awesome. That is great. Oh, I was just about to say it, and I just changed my mind. Nope, that's not true. I was about to say, ironically, it has the colors of Unit 1, but it doesn't have any markings of Unit 1. And then I looked at the forearms. Project Eva, Evangelion 01, Test Type, Nerve, Tokyo 3. On both sides, by the way. That's amazing. That's great. It's going to be like this pretty much for the whole video. Just me going, oh, what the hell was this? Just the right shade of off-white for the eyes too. That's great. It's just the the slightest bit of egg yellow. Not egg yolk yellow, but egg shell yellow. And the lighting here isn't perfect, but... Why are you on? It's perfect. And I'm not exaggerating, I'm not compensating. The colors are perfect. The green is the right shade. The purple is probably the hardest one to get. And they got it. Oh my god. So much ratchet. Oh my god. So this is a masterpiece transformer, huh? Oh, what? Well, oh, okay. What is? I hope it's because of the transformation it can do that. Oh my god. Friction joint there. No doubt that'll be an issue later on. Oh. Oh! They pull out. Okay. Here I thought he wasn't going to have any shoulder joint that could fold outwards. Oh, but it doesn't move forward or backwards, does it? Nope, it moves backwards because of transformation. Fair enough, because after all that is how Optimus transforms. So, oh, I've just found the die-cast metal. Woo! Front of the feet are die-cast metal. The heels are also die-cast metal, so... Seems to be the only place that's die-cast. I was expecting more. I'm not disappointed by any stretch because I haven't gotten a toy with die-cast metal for quite some time. Even Fort Max didn't have any. Wow. Very limited. You know, I'm honestly surprised there's not more die-cast metal. I'm pretty sure I'm not the first person to complain about that, so I'm not thinking I'm original in that. Solid friction joints everywhere in the arms. That's surprising. I was expecting ratchet. I guess you only need ratchet in the legs. I think is it the only place that's die-cast is in the feet? I guess so. Wow. Just wow. Waist articulation. Gosh, that's great. I might cut some of this admiration out of the video, so if it looks like I'm going quickly from one topic to another, I'm probably going to cut some of it out, just because I'm sitting here gawking at it. I'm probably going to use up all 4 hours of the memory chip. Oh, rubber tires. Oh, rubber tires. And his front wheels are gone. The only rubber tires, the only tires I see are back there. They're completely hidden. I have no idea where those front wheels are. Yeah, there's the only die-cast I've found so far is in the feet. That's strange. One little thing, they got everything else right in terms of converting an Evangelion color over Eva Unit 1 specifically to this figure. Perfect. The only thing I think that might be an issue is, well, there's two things. There's two things. One, the bottom of the feet should be gray. They're either gray or yellow. Like they used to be gray in the series, in the first set of movies, but in Rebuild, I think they're actually yellow. It could be different. I'm not certain. You would think that after, what, 7 years I'd know by now. God, 1.0 came out 7 years ago. Wow. Well, that dates me. And we are on the verge of now living through the timeline of Evangelion. In 1995, Evangelion took place in 2015. How creepy is that? We're about to enter the calendar year of Evangelion. I'm surprised they didn't put die cast in those joints there, because I feel like the plastic's going to start getting stressed in there or something eventually. Now for the part that everybody loves to have on their Optimus figure, and it looks like there's is that a spring? No. You know, as I'm doing this, wait, it's got two covers? As I'm doing this, you know, everybody has their original experience with the Matrix of Leadership is either from Bayformers, which I feel sorry for you, G1, when Optimus Prime died in the movie. When is he not dying, by the way? Seems to be a character trait. Or the one that I'm thinking of, when Optimus Primal opened up the chest of Optimus Prime to reveal the Matrix so that he could merge his own spark with Prime's spark in Beast Wars Season 2. I'm sorry, Season 3. I've got that music going through my head right now. I wish they released a soundtrack of Beast Wars. They had like a soundtrack of all the others. Beast Wars is the only one they didn't release. Oh, okay. No. Hey, but don't you think you should be reading the instructions just in case you miss something here? Ah! Friction. Why would you have a double door on there? I don't get that. Strange. Oh, I just had a thought. I'm looking for where paint has been applied. There's kind of obvious ones like the stripe on the side here. That's been painted. But, you know how Unit 1 has a yellow-colored neck? There's a little yellow stripe right in front of his neck. Sick detail. GG. You know, it's funny, for as big as, well, no, I take it back. I take it back. Okay, how do I get this thing out? Okay. Is there a button or something I'm supposed to press? I'm thinking to myself, if I press in on the back here, it'll... But then again, maybe not. Oh. Any progress I just made with the Matrix just got shot to hell. Oh, okay, I see it now. Okay, alright, I guess I gotta leave that alone for now. So, not only is the Matrix of Leadership sitting inside of his chest, but it's also located inside the engine compartment of the semi. Okay. How do I get that out of there? How do I get that out of there? Is it friction held only? Do I have to wear it down? Ah. This is a bad idea, Ava. Bad idea. There we go. Nope, not so bad. Oh yeah, Areas that have been... Oh, there's the die cast. There it is. It just lost about half its weight. I'm kidding. Yeah, I was looking at all the areas that have been painted. The feet have been painted, obviously, because you can't mold die-cast metal in color. You have to paint the metal. Sides of the arms have been painted. The head, obviously. Well, there's actually a mishmash of colors in there. Some of the green areas have been painted, and others, like the forehead crystal vent thingy, that's actually been molded in color. But looks like the majority of color here. This is a repaint. I would say the majority of colors on here are this is molded in color. That's the word I was looking at. This has been molded in color, so the vast majority of color you see here, this is not originally molded in red and blue and silver and gray and whatever, and then they painted it over with purple and green. And no, it was molded in color. Okay. Oh look, light piping. Looks just like the one on Cybertron. Cybertron Prime. This actually looks smaller, which is fine. Huh. How cool is that? I gotta remember which way it goes in. Oh, there's even detail on the inside here. Oh, it's just barely held in there. Okay, so I guess I was fretting over nothing. It's still going to be a little tricky to get that out of there once in a while. I'll have to pry it open. I still get that Beast Wars music going through my head. Not the opening sequence, but the music that was playing when Primal opened up the chest. I've got that going through my head. They really need to release a soundtrack to that thing. I suppose it's time for me to look up the instructions, don't you think? Oh! Collector's card. I guess I just found my new bookmark. All in Japanese, as usual, unfortunately. Cybertron Commander Convoy Mode Ava. That's great. I'm kind of glad they didn't do a remold of the head. I think that might have ruined it. You know, technically, movie masterpiece Starscream that I reviewed for Collection DX is my first masterpiece. On the other hand, it's just a later class that was passed off. It was passed off in Japan when it was repainted in Japan into the proper movie coloring, as opposed to the US's crap tattoos version. Technically, it was labeled masterpiece, so technically that's my first masterpiece. But then technically I don't give a shit because this is very obviously a masterpiece. Oh my God! Starscream's the third angel! Oh my God! Unless that's Acid Storm. Oh my God. I'm trying to look for English in here. I'm not seeing any right now. Oh my God. And then there's a picture of Optimus Prime here opening up the Matrix, and there's Unit 1 right below it. Oh wow. And my fangasm when I spittled all over this thing. Great. Oh, I see. By your powers combined, I become a monster. The Seeker is the third angel. Hey, he's got wings on his back. Why not? Oddly, no halo. I could be wrong. Let me double check. Nope, no halo. but his legs are freakishly long, and he's got Satchel's face along his chest. Okay, now I want a remake. Now I want a remold. He's got the freakishly long fingers. That's great. And huge, rather than shoulder cannons, it's got the big bulbous shoulders. God, I wonder if they're actually going to do that. That would be great. I don't know if it's Starscream or not, but it's unquestionably a Seeker. That's great. That's great. I see Bumblebee and who's the red-colored one? Red-colored race car. Not Scattershot. That's totally wrong. Can't think of his name. Anyways, yeah. He's a red Ferrari, or is it a Mitsubishi? Unfortunately, I cannot just look at the G2 toy, or the G2 toy that I have, and then just change him. I'm not going to take that risk. I'm actually going to have to read the instructions. Oh, all right. The trailer, on the hand, absolutely has been painted on the outside, molded in the green color. Of course, it doesn't tell you where. How am I supposed to get those trailer foot pads out? Oh, I was pulling on the wrong area. No, don't lose it. Don't lose it. Ah, lost it. Fingernails. No, can't dig it. It just says flip it open. It doesn't say how. Even this is very much a moment for me. Even, oh wow, spare tire, nice. How's the driver supposed to get to that tire, by the way? Just saying, molded in, but how's the driver get to that? But just you know, that kind of thing. I'm just afraid to touch this thing. So why do the seats close up? Oh, it's probably to put the weapons in there. Yeah, that's what it's for. Okay, whatever. Never thought I'd get a bigger version of the trailer. Had no interest in the where's the, oh, here it is. That's nice. Surprised it doesn't snap in place. Just hangs. I thought the driver was going to be, yeah. The G2 version, oh wow. The G2 version of the trailer here, oddly, it came with missiles. You push on the sides, and the missiles could come out. You actually have projectiles. Ironically, they removed the springs. Like that's the one thing they took out. I'm like, why? Oh yeah, that was always a pain because you'd have to flip it around like this, but it just does it for you. Independent fingers, nice. Oh my gosh, there's so many joints on. Oh my gosh, there's so many joints on this thing. What the hell am I going to do with that? Radar. Does it pop up? Pop up? Pop up? Pop up? No. Pop up? Does it pop up? Nope. I was like, maybe the antenna lifts up a little bit. I guess not. Alright, these ratchets. Oh, okay, here they are. I remember in the G2 version, there was a hole in the roof, and you could actually have the little tower thing could actually slip through. So I was wondering why it is the hole was there, but it was covered up. I couldn't figure out why. It's like, oh, okay, you have to open up from the inside. Okay, fair enough. Is this thing going to be stable when it's vertical? I'm not entirely confident this is going to stay upright all by itself. Yeah, I kind of wish the trailer had transformed a little bit, aside from, you know, what it does. But I had this image of Bayformers Optimus and the way the wheels, they did this weird flip around thing, and I kind of wish that had happened here. Or that, I'm not disappointed, just I kind of expected something to happen, but I guess you can only do so much with the nostalgic card. You can only go so far with it. But considering this is the second incarnation of Masterpiece Optimus Prime Convoy, that you think they would have thrown a little more in, rubber tires, but no worries. And what do those do? They're independently molded in here. It's independently molded, but they don't move. I wonder why. Oh, that one's hollow, that one's not. Well, what on earth for? Are they extra arms? I expected kind of a clamp for a repair mount of some kind, but I just got it. I just figured it out. The reason it's molded on these colors on the inside is because that's the color of the cage. I didn't think of that till just now. Oh, Takara, your brilliance knows no bounds. Oh my god. This is more detailed than the decals or the stickers on my G2 trailer, which I still have, by the way. You know, I should pull that thing out instead of just kind of talking about it in third person. We're talking about it behind its back, I guess. Cool. Okay. G2 is what, 20 years old at this point? Something like that? No, it would have been, yeah, it's about 20 years old, because about the time I moved to this house, G2 was just finishing or just getting started, one of the two. I think it was just starting. It's got the little exhaust pegs on the back, but ironically doesn't peg into anything. It just sits there. Nothing to hold the wheels in place either. I want to just sit in there, but you're kind of stuck with it on the outside. Oh, roller is the green on roller has been painted on. They matched it perfectly though. They matched it perfectly with the plastic, the molded plastic here. Wow, that's great. Still don't know why he's colored like a, what are they called? Titan soldier? I don't. Why is he painted like that? I don't know. And now the theme just renewed itself. Thank you. Yeah, but I can't store it in there. Well, I can, but okay. So the first time you open it's the hardest one. It gets easy after that. Okay. That's what it sounds like in my G2 trailer. Don't do that, Ava. You're scratching the paint. Get out of there! These just swing out, fair enough, but I can't get them. Desperation lent them idiocy. No, don't you dare. Come on. Jeez. Finally. Jesus. Pump that a few times. Well, that took forever. And the other one will just right away. Watch. Nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, okay, yeah, don't do it from that side. Yeah, don't do it from that side. Okay. Oh, God. Ugh. Shit. Hasbro, Takara, fingernails are not a viable tool for opening up tiny areas and tabs and things like that. Stop it. Because every time I complain about it, I get complaints in the comments saying, Ava, don't talk about breaking your fingernails. Well, how do you think I feel about my fingernails? You'd think after 25, 30 years at this point that they would have figured that out by now? Just saying. Alright. Well, that gun doesn't like staying in there. Maybe I've got it in upside down, but I doubt it just because the way it's fitting. So that's what Japan smells like, huh? I'd like to get Masterpiece Grimlock. And no, not a repaint of Age of Extinction Grimlock either. I want the G1 Masterpiece Grimlock. Huh. They painted both sides of the vent here, the green vent, because there's green on the opposite side. Robot mode's done. Again, I'm not the first person to make that joke, I'm sure. That was disconcerting. And disconnecting. Hey! The one problem about doing a G1 accurate version of Masterpiece Optimus Prime, I keep saying Optimus Prime. Technically, this is Convoy, but the one problem with this design, no, yes, okay, is that the question becomes, do you keep the feet visible, do you keep the legs visible, or do you hide them in truck mode? You know? Speaking of together, Oh. It's those panels I thought cracked earlier. Wow, they just might crack. Wow, those are thin. Yikes. Because if you keep the feet visible, you ruin the perfect transformation kind of look. But if you make the feet invisible, if you hide the feet and you hide the obvious legs, then you start displeasing the fans who say, oh, it's not accurate, it's not screen accurate. Yeah. It's going to be really hard balance to strike, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong, they make a good job of hiding it here, but I understand that the waist swivel becomes very visible. I'm so used to opening up the chest on Cybertron Prime. Yeah, I knew I had a false front on it, which is fine. Boy, that cannon in there is just going to protest till the day I get rid of this. Not that I'm planning to get rid of it. There we go. Now you don't have a choice. Huey, Huey, Huey. Oh, just found the front wheels. You know, I'll say I would have converted the arms last rather than first. Because they're always in the way. Fortunately, this isn't too inflexible in terms of which order you do things in. You can actually make the choice of whether you want to do the arms first or legs first. I think I'm going to work with the arms last going into truck mode. Okay, so this is the point where I want to start converting the arms. Still can't figure out why it is they put two doors in there to cover up the matrix. I don't get that. Why are there two doors? Should Optimus Prime have, should Convoy have had only one antenna rather than two on his head? Nah. The grill is not die-cast metal. Where is the die-cast metal on this? It's only in the... Oh, that's been painted. That's weird. So the only die-cast metal in the whole thing is the matrix and the feet? Maybe they took some of the die-cast out for this repaint to cut down on the cost. You know, I just thought of something. The entry plug port in the back, there should have been a green stripe around the back here. That would have been something they could have done. Again, not complaining, but maybe it's one of the... Maybe it was an aesthetic choice. Could have ruined it somehow. Not that I ruined it on the Avas. You know, I thought Hasbro and Takara, or I thought Takara was doing the thing now where they did not 2D drawings, but 3D pictures of the prototypes, and then doing that. Like, I actually thought that was a neat idea. That was a good idea, because some of the shapes here are not perfect. Yeah, they don't tell you you're supposed to pull the shoulder joint out when you move this back. They don't say that. Unless it's in Japanese. There we go. Okay. Whatever that was, it was actually interfering with my ability to close its shoulder up earlier. Seems to have gone away finally. It's not a difficult concept where things are going. I'm reading the instructions because I don't know how a masterpiece operates. It's not difficult. I mean, once you transform G1, G2, Optimus Prime, you pretty much know where everything's going to go. But they've just complicated the process with a lot more closer tolerances and such. I have to be really careful. Y'all know I'm a fan of Theo Adams' Barutazaro on YouTube. I think his review was a review of Black Convoy, Nemesis Prime. Masterpiece, Black Convoy was kind of the selling point, was one of the selling points. Like, I love his review. It was like, oh, okay, I want to get a Black Convoy. And then I saw this, I was like, no, I want to get Ava Mode Convoy. This is the thing I was talking about earlier. I think I'm done, by the way. This is the thing I was talking about. The feet are very obviously feet. I don't know a truck in the world that looks like that. Oh, it's transparent on the front there. Back. Huh. I cannot get those feet to stay together. There's just these tiny little pegs, or tabs. They're just supposed to slot together. They don't actually stick. They stick with friction. Maybe I'm missing something. I didn't think I did. Oh well. But this is the thing I was talking about. A, do you leave... Maybe the design of G1 Optimus Prime means you kind of have to leave the lower torso visible. I don't think so. On the other hand, do you leave the feet visible, or do you try and hide them? Do you try and hide the fact that these are legs back here? They make a darn good job of hiding them, don't get me wrong. They even went so far as to hide some panels with some panels that totally aren't staying together. But that being said, do you keep the feet visible, or do you try to have them fold inside and then have something else there? Do you try and put the fifth wheel, the hitch in there, which kind of looks like the Starfleet logo from the top there? I mean, at what point do you make some of those decisions? Oh, my feet, my ankles are killing me right now. I should get a stool for this. My knee just came out. Ah! Oh. Better. They didn't make the side windows here. Oh, speaking of side windows, can you guys see me anymore? Barely. Ta-da! Wow, those are really tiny. Those are going to break off first chance they get. I might just leave them flush all the time just for my own sanity. If that's enough of a break for my knees, you guys can't see anything. Not that you're really supposed to be able to see it. You're more watching these for my reaction anyways. Oh, and then these ironically go down, as opposed to staying up. That's great. It's amazing. Oh, okay. Now, they say that the little trucker dude's supposed to fit in there, but I'm not going to try. Is he supposed to sit in there? Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think I'm good. He can just hang out and roller. Did the trailer have its own name? Okay, yeah, nothing I don't know at this point already. Of course, if I want to attach this thing, I have to fold these things up, which you already saw me struggling with earlier. The metal wheels are not perfectly rolling. It's not that they can't turn, it's just they're not actually touching the ground. You know, I'm just going to leave those side windows flush. I'm terrified of breaking those things. This thing again. I might just leave these up. They seem a little redundant, especially when you've got these things here. Probably just leave them up and completely forget they're there. Or I could just leave them pulled out a little bit. me. Oh, there goes the driver. Out you go. Quit your whining. Honestly, I might just put roller back in the thing. I don't know. Look at that. Greatest crossover error ever. I'm getting my Transformers fix and my Evangelion fix at the same time. That's great. I love this. This is great. A little bit of warping in the plastic on the top here. The fold, like they came together, but they're kind of doing this kind of motion. Huh. Dangerous exhaust port. I'm not sure what these R1, R2, R3, R4 are, but they exist, so why not? And the joke I made earlier, there's a little Haro sitting right there. The trailer lights are molded in red, and then they were painted over. What? This is an amazing toy. No, this is an amazing collector's piece. It's so I mean, I'll absolutely advocate for that. Getting the arms to fit together, and then getting all the tiny little pieces, the little flashing, I guess you'd call it. No, not flashing. That's something else. The little, like the headlight is actually on its own independent joint, and you slip it in there. And the same thing with the bumper, the right and left sides of the front bumper. Those are also separate. And then you've got a panel that folds underneath. It comes from here, and the panel actually folds down like this, and it becomes the staircase right here. So kind of weaving the arms in and out of there, that's kind of the tricky part. The other thing I had trouble with was getting the tabs, which they're not L-shaped tabs. They're just straight tabs. The tabs along the inner lower leg and the ankles, they do fit together. They do fit properly. It's just they don't have any friction to keep together. So they're constantly wanting to come apart. So, oh, and also these, I mean, it's a great detail to have, but these little side window mirrors, I'm terrified of breaking those things, so I'm just going to leave them back like that. That's not going to bother me. If I leave them alone, it won't bother me. If I could pull them out, I would, but I'm not going to. I got this for two reasons. One, it's a masterpiece toy, which I've always wanted one of those. Two, it was the second incarnation of Optimus Prime as a masterpiece. Like the original masterpiece, Optimus Prime, I thought about getting it, but it just, no. We'll see what some of the other toys do. Just it didn't. It was great at the time, but even at the time, it was just kind of, okay, whatever. Second one came along and it was smaller. Like, why didn't you guys keep them at the larger sizes? Okay, so this is what a masterpiece is nowadays. Okay, whatever. But this is great. It's a great size. I mean, the original G1 is about a fourth smaller, maybe. Can I get to the G1 or G1, G2? Let me look. I'll be right back. Okay, it's a little too difficult to get to. So, not impossible, just difficult. You know, I'm never going to use that figure. Never. I'm never going to use it. I have no use for this thing. Well, primarily because it's the wrong... Well, is it? Is it? He's the same color there. I could have sworn he had a proper nerve uniform. I could have sworn. That's part of it, that he doesn't have a proper nerve uniform, but it's also, it's so tiny, and I've got no use for it, and it looks like one of his knees is about to come apart. I told you I don't collect action figures. Well, at least not very often. Does that count as an action figure? According to the industry, it is. But I've got no use for this. I don't care. The fact that he has these colors doesn't matter to me. But I got no use for the figure, so I'm just going to store him. Roller and the axe, I got to keep those. Those spikes are very freaky looking, by the way. It's a good thing they're made of soft plastic. That's actually a place where I'd advocate having a soft plastic for a spike. That's actually a good place for it. I forgot to pack the instructions right. No, I'll probably use those a couple of times. Yeah. This is my buddy. This is my pal. This is my buddy. This is my pal. Fantastic toy design, and the fact that it's a repaint, just wow. I don't know how. I do not know what strings were. Why is there an X there? I don't get that. I don't remember that X being on the logo. But it's clearly intentionally there. Yeah, I don't know why the X is on the X is on the Evangelion logo. I don't get that. But anyways, it's a repaint, and they pulled it off. They pulled it off perfectly. There were one or two little things where it's like they could have added something, but it's not bad that they didn't. So that turned out really well. As far as manufacture of the toy, I've never had a Masterpiece toy, so I can't really comment there just because I'm a noob when it comes to Masterpiece toys. So I'm not going to give my comment there. All I can just observe, or all I can say, is based on my observation of one Masterpiece toy, you know. So, although I suppose Leader Class Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime might count, and Jetfire, although maybe I shouldn't have opened that can just then. But yeah, absolutely. Get this because it's a masterpiece. Get this because it's Evangelion and Transformers. And is that ever going to happen ever again? Chances are no. Chances are no. So I'd like to see a Mark 6 repaint of this. I think that'd be kind of neat. I'd definitely like to see them do it again. I don't know how else they could do it, though. What other G1 characters, Masterpiece characters that they've already done would you accept? Megatron as an angel, just... I don't see how. I don't. Having a Seeker as the third angel, I never thought of that. That's just funny. Although I don't think it would transform either. I don't see much point in that transforming, because there's very clearly parts... It's very definitely a remold, so it wouldn't be able to transform. Looks like the face just outright disappears. But the fingers are so long and huge. And the shoulders are so weird, and the arms are real long and thin. I don't see that happening. Oh, there's Wheeljack. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it may very well be just because, and I'm not talking about character personalities either. I mean, can you imagine Optimus Prime as a berserker? I can't. I can imagine Optimus Primal as a berserker, but not this guy. So you got to separate the characters. Seeing the Megatron mold as an angel, which one would it be? What colors would it be? Could you do a repaint? And the answer is, this is an Evangelion fan and a Transformer saying, I don't see how. At this point, as of the time of this recording, and without having given much thought, I don't see any other repaints, any other Evangelion crossover repaints happening, unless they do more Autobots. Like I said, a Ratchet, Ironhide, Ava 2, Ava 0, that's possible. Maybe have a... What would you do for Unit 3? I don't know. What would you do for Unit 4? Jetfire. Leader Class Jetfire. Maybe if they do Masterpiece Jetfire, we might get an Ava Unit 4. At worst, Unit 5 from End of Evangelion. But, and you know, this painting, this repaint, it works equally, it's branded Rebuild of Evangelion, but really you could apply this to the TV series version as well. There isn't really, the only thing that would be different would be the waist. That's probably the biggest giveaway in terms of the color differences between Rebuild of Evangelion and Neon Genesis Evangelion. So beyond that, you can apply this either way. It doesn't really matter. I'm starting to ramble. I'm starting to repeat myself. I think it's about time I hang this up. I've got a lot of editing I have to do if I hope to get this published tonight. This 1 hour, hour and a half video, however long this goes, it's going to take like 4 or 5 hours to upload, so I better hurry up. So yeah, endorsed, and endorsed, and a dork. This is Ava Unit 4A saying thanks for tuning in. Bloody crossover!